More than 25 centuries ago, a young prince from Nepal began a journey that would change the spiritual landscape of the entire world. His name was Siddhartha Gautama, the man we now know as the Buddha. Centuries after his death, the Sanskrit poet Ashvaghosha wrote Buddha Charita, turning his life into an epic, full of symbolism, metaphors, and larger-than-life imagery. Over time, Buddhist scholars refined this image even further, presenting him as a flawless, enlightened, almost superhuman guide. Today, nearly 500 million people follow the Buddha's teachings. No other historical figure has as many statues around the world. From science to management, from medicine to therapy, countless books are published each year based on his philosophy. Buddhism is the fourth largest religion in the world. And that's why it matters. Who was the real, historical Buddha? I am Faisal Warh, and this is the journey to find that answer. The story begins with a dream. Queen Maya Devi of Kapilavastu dreamt that a white elephant with 6 golden tusks descended from the sky and entered her right side. Royal astrologers interpreted the dream: a son would be born. If he stayed in the palace, he would become a universal monarch. If he left, he would discover the deepest truths of existence. The king feared the second possibility. He wanted a king, not a wandering ascetic. So he made a decision: the prince must never see suffering, not even a trace of it. When the time came, Maya Devi was on her way to her parental home, but in the gardens of Lumbini, the child was born. Tradition says that as soon as the baby arrived, he stood up, took 7 steps, and proclaimed, "I am the highest. This is my final birth." The child was named Siddhartha Gautama, the one who has achieved his goal. Just a week after his birth, Maya Devi passed away, and the prince was raised by his loving aunt and stepmother, Mahaprajapati. King Suddhodana kept Siddhartha in a world without pain, 3 palaces for 3 seasons, servants, luxury, and the finest military training. Siddhartha excelled in archery, swordsmanship, and horse riding. When the time for marriage arrived, Princess Yashodhara chose him during the Swayamvara. Her father set conditions: Siddhartha had to win the competitions. He won them all. They married, and soon they had a son, Rahula. But Siddhartha's heart was restless. He felt he was living inside a beautiful cage. He wanted to see the real world. Then one day, he secretly left the palace with his companion Channa, and his illusions broke. First, he saw an old man. Then a sick man. Then a funeral. And finally, a peaceful monk. Those 4 sights shook him. The monk told him that freedom from suffering requires renunciation and meditation. At 29, Siddhartha made the hardest decision of his life. One night, he left behind his wife and son to search for truth. This departure is known in Buddhism as the Great Renunciation. He cut his hair, removed his royal ornaments, and gave them to Channa. He joined a group of ascetics, but soon realized their extreme practices were also misguided. He left them behind and continued alone. The king of Magadha even offered him a general's position, but Siddhartha refused worldly power. Eventually, he reached Bodh Gaya. Under a Bodhi tree, he vowed not to rise until he found the truth. 6 years of harsh austerities had reduced him to skin and bone. Then came the final test: Mara, the tempter. Mara tried to seduce him with desire, frighten him with fear, and attack him with his army. But everything dissolved before reaching Siddhartha. Finally, Mara challenged his right to enlightenment. Siddhartha touched the earth and said, "This earth is my witness." And the earth bore witness. In that moment, Siddhartha conquered every inner weakness. At 35, after 6 long years of struggle, he attained nirvana. He became the Buddha, the awake.